Hey, good morning, everyone. I am coming to you first cup of coffee in the morning, kind of pre-coffee. I've only taken a sip. I need your help. I need everyone's help. And I am going to say something. I'm just going to put a disclaimer out that is going to seem a little bit shocking and disturbing, but it's a part of the reality of what I do and who I am as a psychic medium. And it's something that we all have. And I want to be really clear about that what I'm about to talk about is something that we all have the capacity to do. Since I've been in Florida, I haven't slept, and I think for pretty obvious reasons, that the stress, worried about people, honestly, just people, not even about things. I haven't given any of the things I've lost a thought, right? I'm just grateful for what I have. But with that gratitude comes room, right? When you're not worried about things that you can't control, leaves a lot of room for things that you worry about for other people. And anyway, I just haven't slept. Last night, I guess opened up a new ability that I didn't know I had. And it's something that kept me up the entire night. There are people who passed away. This is for Asheville. There are people who passed away in the flood, in the hurricane, that quite honestly don't know that they're on the other side. I think they were caught off guard. They were surprised. And last night I spent the entire night talking to 18 individuals who came through not knowing who I was, not knowing what happened to them. And obviously when I connected to them, I was like, how do these people not know that they're on the other side? People, I'm a medium, it's one of the things that I do and have the ability to do. And sorry, my synapses are synapsing. Anyway, I was driving around with my partner Sam a little while ago, and I felt this hands grabbing at my feet. It was just like if someone just kind of did this from your calves down to your ankles. And I didn't know what it was, and I was like, that's new. I'm like, that can't be a guide because my guides don't do that. But I didn't realize that was a preface to what last night would be. So last night there were at least 8 elderly who passed away in a retirement home. I think that they must have been asleep or couldn't get out of bed because they're impaired, or they were trapped, whatever it was. They didn't know they passed away. And then the last 10 people were people my age, people in their 50s. There were a few couples that came through, not a lot because there's 10, but. And then lastly, there was a set of grandparents with a little girl, I think. From what they said, that they were sitting on a roof, and the little girl said that her mom was taking a picture of them or video of them, and the roof caved in, and they still didn't know that they were all on the other side. And so I had to quick talk to my guides and figure out, how the fuck do I do this? How do I connect with them and who they are? Where are they? It's like if they're not crossing over, they were all kind of in a waiting room. I know I'm telling you a lot, but I'm telling you this because I'm actually needing your help. I have a feeling, because I only met 18 last night, there was a lot of people behind them. There was a lot of people who came through to me who those are the ones who didn't know where they were. But there was, I'm going to be honest with you, 400 or 500 people behind them that I was like, yeah, this line's over. I need to wake up and actually function as a human being right now. And I was like, I'll come back to you guys. But I feel like, I think I saw a number yesterday that there's 200 dead in Asheville and the area and northern Georgia. I think it's going to be a fuckload more. I think that we're going to hit at least 1,000 or 2. But I will say this. I think that authorities are going to cover it up because they don't want to scare people into not coming back as tourists when Asheville's back up on her feet. And that is a reality of what we have to deal with, that people want to make it as the least unpleasant as possible so that people come back, right? And I'm not saying like pointing fingers. Sorry, there's a plane going over. I'm not pointing fingers at authorities. I'm just saying that people do that. Okay. So here's where I need your help. Let me just let that plane go over. The way that I was able to do that is I was able to obviously introduce myself and meet the people who came through. I let them know that they wouldn't be connecting with me unless they were passed, specifically the grandparents and the child. They still thought that they were floating around. They still, Jesus, let me just not. They still thought that they were in the house that the roof had caved in on. And they were very worried about the little girl's mother, or the child's mother, that she would, but I think that she's okay. Anyway, once I was able to compartmentalize that they were on the other side, and then I navigated where they were, which was kind of a waiting room, because they're like, where are we? They didn't realize that they were dead. At that point, then I was able to let them know that, connect them with their spirit guides, and then their spirit guides led them over. I can't explain to you why their guides weren't there for them in that very moment, and maybe when there is a mass casualty all at once, maybe this is what happens. I can't give you the answer on that right now. Usually I have all of them, but I haven't had enough time to marinate. So that said, I don't want to make this video so long that people stop watching at a certain point. So here's what I need from everyone who is in a safe place and has their resources and has the capacity to clear their mind for a bit. This does not require that you do meditation or that you're able to visualize at all, okay? A lot of people who I work with can't visualize, and you don't need that to do this. If you have access to a candle, and obviously something to light the candle with, I want you to sit in a quiet room. It could be you, it could be a group of people. I want everyone to know that they have the capacity to do, first of all, that they could do what I do. Everyone is a medium, everyone is a psychic, everyone has abilities. Now it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna speed this up. Everyone has the ability. Let me just go inside. No, okay, it's letting up. Okay. Everyone has the ability to do what I do. So here's what I need you to do. I'm going to bring you inside now, just so I can be heard. Boom. It's starting to rain here. If this wasn't so important, I'd start the video all over again, but I kind of don't care. All right. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to light a candle, sit in a very dark room, and then at that point, imagine the people who are seeking on the other side. Imagine a group of lights in a room, if you could. Or just set the intention when you light the candle and say, anyone who doesn't know where they are, anyone who needs help or needs guidance, I want you to walk towards this light. I want you to run towards this light, the light of the candle. And I want you to say it over and over and over again, like a chant or a mantra. But that's what needs to happen at this point. That is the simplest thing that I can explain that needs to happen. We need to help them cross over. We need to help them find peace. And so anyone who has candle, who has access to a quiet, dark room, and the room needs to be dark, it can't be light. Turn off all the lights, whatever you need to do. I mean, if you don't have power. But you're going to light the candle and bring energies forward and say, if you need help going home, returning back to where you belong, this is the light that you come to. I wish you peace and I wish you love, and that's all it takes. And that's all that needs to happen. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. Like I said, normally I don't do this, but it is something when I realized the sheer amount of people standing behind the 18 who I met this morning, I realized I needed to ask for help. Everyone take care, and thank you so much for your time. And again, I'm sorry if this is triggering, but I'd rather tell you than not tell you at all, in efforts to help people get their peace and their closure. Take care.